Here he is.
Gentlemen.
Yo,
I
what's up?
I first of all have to applaud you for being conscious right now because I saw the pictures from Victoria Park yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude, the crowd was huge.
Yeah, it was insane.
I mean, how is it playing to these massive crowds that you seem to be accumulating these days?
It's pretty wild. I don't know if we're quite used to it. And even yesterday, we were like almost not looking forward to the gig. We were like first on at the festival, which is never a great place to be. And it's in our literally our local park, like outside the studio. So it was a bit of a homecoming one. We're like, oh, we're first on. It might not be the one, but it's fine. We'll like take what we get. And even like 5 minutes before we went on, no one in the tent at all. And then like the second we started playing, you kind of look up and it's just getting busier and busier and busier. And then by the time we got to like halfway through the set, there was like people outside the tent. That really, it doesn't make sense.
I had a feeling being East Londoners that you would fetch quite the crowd for this festival. By the way, if you didn't know, we're talking with Scott and Ollie from Good Neighbors. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me. I appreciate it. You guys, I mean, between the touring and the recording, you're kind of busy.
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
the
it's
way,
pretty wild.
how is the recording going? Because I mean, for anybody who doesn't know you guys, I would assume you got the name because you had neighboring studios in East London, and it was one of those things where you saw each other in the hall, you knew each other from bands, know you make music, and just decided to get together, and that's how Good Neighbors kind of came to be.
Yeah, like a romantic sitcom. That's how it happened.
It was a long look in the hallway as I went to go get a soda, and he
Yeah. We
knew from
bumped
that
into each
moment that I wanted
other.
to make music with him.
We spilled our vinyls on the floor and then caught up.
Locked eyes, bent over vinyl. I love that. So you got a handful of songs out now. I mean, Home being the first one that kind of kicked off what you guys are, known for. It went viral. Was that kind of the first song you guys sat down and put together?
No, it's the last one. We had been making some tunes last August. Just because we both sort of had a bit of a break in our like calendars where we were writing for other people. And we got in and we were literally just like, let's make some music that isn't what we're writing at the moment. And a lot of the stuff over here in the UK was like the super introspective, like shoegazy indie stuff. Um, which was fun, but we wanted to write something that was a bit more brave and out there. So we started writing tunes then, maybe got like 8 or 9 tracks that we could go and gig in like the local pubs with. And then in January, we went away to finish off the tracks and like kind of polish them off, I guess. And whilst we were doing that, we had Home just fall out as this like chorus idea. We didn't really know what we'd do with it. So we sort of threw it up on TikTok in an attempt to start using social media because people had told us like, if you've got a good chorus, put it on there and just see what happens.
15
Um,
seconds is all you need, man.
it's crazy. And then as we did that, it just snowballed into this, yeah, like monster that we then had to catch up with ourselves. We hadn't finished the song, so we had to write the verses, mix it in like gas stations on the way back to London. And then eventually we put the song like I think we put it out 4 days later, from when it went like viral. So we moved fast, and I'm glad we did.
God, that is crazy because that's the same thing that happened with Noah Khan.
Mm.
He put out the chorus to Stick Season, and then all of a sudden realized that, oh my God, this is taking off. I need to put the rest of the song behind it now.
Oh no way.
Absolutely. And now so how much of the album is done at this point?
Hmm.
Trying to figure that out at the moment.
That was a total
I don't
loaded
know.
question. And I threw that at you because I knew it was loaded. Because as musicians, I mean, you're always creating music, right? You're always adding elements. You're tweaking songs. You have different inspirations. So I mean, for you, I mean, you're riding high on Home right now. You just released a very, and I'll admit this on interview on camera that I like your version of Espresso better.
Sick.
Oh, nice.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It just there's something about the chemistry of you guys together making music. It just I don't know. It makes you want to lean into the speaker a little bit. There's an honesty and a vulnerability there that I haven't felt since like I know the early days of alternative with like MGMT and
Mm.
Passion Pit, and I'm trying to think of there's another band that kind of lends itself to that. Like, oh God, I want to listen to more of this. It's like ear candy.
Yeah, I think we do love, especially when we're writing. Our main problem is that when we do write, we want to keep starting new ideas because it's just so fun. Like this genre that we're tapping into or whatever we're like creating at the moment, it really feels like there's not a lot of boundary. So we are always tapping into something new. But the main motto that we have when we're writing is sort of like, I guess, taking these like small moments that maybe happen between people or happen like in your head and then blowing them out of scale. So like Home talks about that. It's like a really tiny, like insular moment that happens between two people when you have that realization of like, ah, maybe I can find home in a person. And it's like such a small micro moment. But then when you're like screaming it with loads of choirs and loads of big drums, it's quite a fun thing to listen to.
So where are you taking a lot of your inspiration from when you're writing? I mean, do you sit in the park and watch people and imagine stories? I mean, is it movies that you're watching and it's just like, oh my God, what is happening in their brains at this moment? I need to write that story.
Yeah, we definitely
Always.
started off using a lot of like movies. It was like I have like a little just like a big monitor in the studio that we were just running like A24 movies on, just to like, because we didn't really have an aim for this whole thing. We weren't writing for anything. It was just that was just a place to get inspired and make a soundtrack, and it was just somewhere to
Mhm.
start.
That's insane because out of all the studios, A24 has one of wouldn't call it like indie catalogs, but those movies that make you feel something.
Yeah, I think they're so good at like we've always said like blue sky mentality. It's just been our like thing from day one, and whether that's like taking something that is like less spoken about, or it's just kind of like every day, and then putting this like bright shimmer fizz on stuff. I think A24, that's probably why it inspires us so much, because I think they're so good at capturing the mundane, and the way the directors that they choose film it is so beautiful, and like you've seen it 1,000 times before, but the way they film it feels like it's the first time it's ever been filmed. So I think we're trying to carry that sonically into our stuff. It's like we're saying home. There's 1,000 songs called home, but the way we say it hopefully has resonated a lot differently to the ones before it.
As a fan, is there a want and a will to eventually one day collaborate with them on a soundtrack for a song?
Oh yeah,
Can we
big
put that
We're
time.
out
putting
there
it
in the
out in
universe and have
the
it come back?
yeah,
Yeah, we're
we're
hoping.
waiting
We're
for it.
hoping.
All right, so that's at the top of the list, and then you got a U.S. tour that's coming. That it's not going to bring you to San Diego, but it's going to bring you to the Troubadour in L.A. on September 11th. Any have you toured the states before in other bands or as Good Neighbor? I don't remember.
No.
No, neither of us. I mean, we've done we popped over earlier this year to do some press bits, but like that's literally it. We've just been desperate to come over and play shows.
So, having friends in London, I'm curious if you have some of the same proclivities of things you want to do in the States when you get to spend some extended time over here. What's at the top of that list?
It's probably really boring, but we're just very excited to be on a bus. Hopefully, hopefully we'll get the bus because it's just like it's such a staple of like a UK artist coming to America. You always see the pictures on Instagram of like them going through all of these like Midwest towns on a bus. I don't know why. In my head, it's so romanticized. So that for me is what I'm actually looking forward to, which sounds really, really boring.
I actually have it confirm your manager. You're not getting a bus. You're getting a van with a trailer. So suck it up and get
Okay,
used to
great.
it. No.
Okay, great. I'll take it.
Quintessential like U.S. touring. When I think of the romance that goes along with that, I think about all the small bands that I know who've gone coast to coast in the 40 Conno line with the trailer on the back that they have to back up into the motel so that they don't get their gear stolen at night. I know it sounds
Mhm.
terrible, but I mean that's kind of like cutting your teeth on touring in America.
It's a rite of passage.
That's a classic move here in the UK as well, backing
Yeah,
up into the wall.
big time, big time. There's a few walls that had it too close, I think.
So what you're saying is that dirtbags who like to steal equipment are universal and everywhere.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my God, I love it. Well, I can't wait to see you guys here when you're here at the States. I can't wait to hear more music. Do we have I mean, you've already got Daisies, you got Keep It Up, you just released Espresso. Are we gonna get another teaser track here soon, another trickle release? Because I mean, I love listening to home, but like I said, I've also listened to a lot of your music on repeat. So, keep that drip coming for me.
Yeah, we've got one coming this Friday actually called Bloom, which was the song we were literally finishing as we posted Home, and then Home just stole the thunder completely from Bloom. And then we finally got around to finishing it. So that's coming out Friday. And we love that one. That one always goes down really well live. So I'm excited for that.
I love it. Only got a couple days to wait for it then. Well, gentlemen,
Yeah.
I know you're busy. You got things to do. I appreciate your time. Go off and make the world a safer place for rock and roll. And we will see you here on the West Coast in September.
Amazing. Thank you so
Cool.
much.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, gents. Have a good one.